Hello everyone, and welcome. There's a painful paradox quietly operating in most Vietnamese families. And honestly, in families around the world, everyone dreams of prosperity. Yet most people unconsciously repeat the same outdated financial behaviors that have been passed down through generations. Have you ever wondered why? Starting from similar points, some people remain trapped in the monthly salary struggle, while others become the breaking point, the first ones to shatter the cycle of financial limitation and create an entirely new level of wealth for their entire bloodline? Becoming the first millionaire in your family's history is not just about accumulating money. It is a true revolution in your operating system of thinking. You must have the courage to dismantle the old, outdated financial map inherited from your ancestors and draw a brand new path that has never existed before. In today's video, I will clearly break down the psychological systems and real-world laws behind the journeys of those who built everything from nothing. We won't talk about luck. Instead, we'll discuss how you can rise above traditional problems, master the leverage of knowledge, and consistently build a lasting legacy. Understanding these laws is the very first step to shifting from the mindset of an employee to the position of someone who steers the destiny of their entire family. Let's dive in. First, break free from the destiny tape and the victim mentality. The very first step for any self-made millionaire is the ability to recognize and stop the automatic reactions inherited from family and environment. The majority live in fear and constantly blame external factors, the economy, family background, or fate. But true leaders understand one simple truth: you may not choose where you were born, but you have full power to design the rules of your own life. Taking 100% responsibility is not self-punishment. It is the strongest affirmation of your personal power. Real-life example. Oprah Winfrey was born into extreme poverty in rural Mississippi. She suffered abuse and was so poor that she had to wear dresses made from potato sacks. She had every reason to see herself as a victim of circumstance. Yet Oprah chose to stop blaming and took 100% responsibility for her future. She started as a small radio host and eventually built a massive media empire. Today, she is a billionaire and one of the most influential women in the world. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim of bills or difficult circumstances, you begin to notice opportunities that others completely miss. Second, overcome the pressure of social proof from your own family. One of the biggest obstacles when you start to break through is resistance from your loved ones. According to the principle of social proof, families often unconsciously pull you back to what they consider safe, stable jobs, monthly salaries, and mainstream consumer lifestyles. They do this not out of malice, but because they are following the old, familiar tape they know. To become the first millionaire, you need the courage to stand outside immediate approval from your family. Real-life example. Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, grew up in a poor housing project in Brooklyn, New York. His father was a truck driver who was often unemployed and had no health insurance. When Howard decided to quit his stable job to buy and expand Starbucks, which at the time was just a small chain with a few stores, his family and friends strongly objected. "Why don't you just keep a safe job?" But Howard stayed committed to building his net worth quietly instead of performing for others' expectations. The result? He turned Starbucks into a global empire with over 40,000 stores worldwide. True freedom only comes when you dare to stand apart from the crowd. Third, invest in specialized intelligence instead of mainstream degrees. The speed at which a family builds wealth will never exceed the personal growth speed of its leader. Those who build fortunes from zero understand that the highest ROI investment is always in their own mind. They continuously upgrade specialized knowledge, The kind of intelligence that helps them spot real risks and seize opportunities while others only see panic. Real-life example. Jan Koum, co-founder of WhatsApp, was born in Ukraine in a house without hot water. At 16, he immigrated to America with his mother, surviving on food stamps and working as a cleaner. He had no prestigious degrees, but he constantly taught himself programming and technology. In 2009, he applied his specialized intelligence about the need for private messaging and created WhatsApp. Just a few years later, Facebook acquired it for $19 billion. Jan Koum became a billionaire. This kind of specialized knowledge is the strongest protection that no one can steal. Fourth, establish the pay yourself first system and iron discipline. Sustainable wealth does not come from how much you earn, but from how hard you make that money work for you. Most people spend first and save whatever is left, which is usually nothing. In contrast, the first millionaire in the family sets up an automatic rule: as soon as money comes in, they immediately set aside a portion to feed their money-making machines. Real-life example. John Paul DeJoria, founder of the John Paul Mitchell Systems haircare line and Patron Tequila, once lived in his car and in shelters after his divorce. Starting with only $700 borrowed, he immediately set aside a small portion to reinvest in the business instead of spending everything. He lived with extreme discipline, persistently sold door to door, and harnessed the power of compound interest and consistent reinvestment. Today, his net worth reaches billions of dollars. This is a powerful example of paying yourself first and the snowball effect after 10 to 15 years. Fifth, shift from trading time for money to owning value. The fundamental mistake of the working class is believing that income is proportional to time and effort spent. But time is limited. True owners obsess over building systems that can multiply value without requiring their constant presence: rental real estate, business equity, intellectual products, and other passive income streams. Real-life example. Both Ralph Lauren, born into a poor immigrant family in the Bronx, and Jan Koum started by trading time, selling ties or cleaning floors. But they quickly shifted to owning value. Ralph built a global fashion brand that multiplies through millions of products. Jan Koum created WhatsApp, which serves billions of users every day without him needing to code personally. When you stop selling your time cheaply for money, you officially escape the rat race. At that point, money is no longer your boss. It becomes loyal soldiers serving a greater mission for you and your family. Becoming the first millionaire in your family's history is not personal glory to boast about. It is a responsibility to serve. You are the one who dared to break the chain of knowledge poverty and lay the first bricks for a true legacy of freedom. Money, after all, is simply a receipt that confirms our level of maturity and perseverance in the face of life's operating laws. Take 1 minute right now to ask yourself honestly: am I working every day just to maintain an appearance like everyone else? Or am I truly building a 100-year legacy for the next generations? The answer is not in your bank balance tonight, but in whether you dare to let go of old habits and start learning how to master your own destiny, beginning right now. True freedom is the deep sense of peace in your soul when you know you are the one steering the ship of your life, no matter how stormy the sea outside may be. I hope today's examples and insights have lit a fire for your journey. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and leave a comment below. Which story inspired you the most? Oprah, Howard Schultz, Jan Koum, or someone else? I'll read and reply to as many as possible. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episodes. Wishing you clarity, perseverance, and success as you rewrite the financial destiny of your family line. Thank you, and see you in the next video.